she finally sits down and the conversation
Was she apologetic when she showed up 45 minutes late, sir?
I mean, she mentioned it vaguely, but it was.
But you didn't really feel like it was
no,
heartfelt?
No,
Okay.
it felt very
I don't know
cold.
why, but for some reason I suspected that.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from the Modern King titled Entitled Woman Tries Suing a Man for Leaving Her Mid-Date and Then Instantly Regrets It. How insane do you have to be to take a guy to court for ditching you on a first date? That is crazy. Now, today's video was suggested to me by Hadan the Mummy, so don't forget to subscribe to both of their channels, and let's jump right into it.
Mr. Sutton here invited me out on a date and then proceeded to walk out on the tab.
This man asked you to go with him on a date and then he left before the bill came?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-oh. Tell me more. Let's start with, how did y'all meet? How do you know this man?
So I'm a social media influencer, and Mr. Sutton, the defendant, came on my page.
He slid into your DMs?
Yes,
okay.
Essentially.
Usually when these women say they're social media influencers, it's usually something meaningless. They don't make nearly as much as they think, and their followings are usually laughable.
And we were discussing and we were talking for a couple weeks, and we were just chatting over the phone. And he originally asked me out on a couple dates, first one being coffee and the second one being ice cream.
So those dates took place?
No, ma'am.
Oh.
I don't drink coffee, first off. And secondly, I'm lactose intolerant, so we did not do coffee, nor did we did ice cream.
So you declined those dates?
Yes, Your Honor.
Those sound like incredibly reasonable dates. She clearly wanted a free dinner, so that's why she came up with these ridiculous excuses to try and make him look bad.
Okay, continue, ma'am.
Well, after we had continued talking, he shortly after decided to ask me out on a date. And we decided on dinner Friday at 5:30. Unfortunately, our original timing did not quite work out with my schedule. I had to reschedule on him twice. First time being with work, I was on a fashion shoot, and my shoot lasted a little bit longer than I was anticipating.
The backstory is completely meaningless. She's already made it clear that she's entitled and insufferable, and it wasn't until dinner that he realized how much she just wasn't worth it.
That happens.
So,
because this is how you pay your bills, I assume, ma'am. You're a full-time influencer.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I do think sometimes people hear that, Ms. Collins, and they can be dismissive. But the reality is,
we don't care.
Okay, so your shoot runs long. You have to reschedule.
Yes, that was the first one. Second, I ended up having to reschedule on him a second time because my father did fall ill, and he lives. Thank you.
Yeah.
He does live nearby, so I tend to go over there and take care of him every now and again.
Okay, so there's two reschedules. He's understanding, I suppose. And then how do you actually get on the date?
It's understandable to reschedule a date, but she's the one who refused his date ideas until she got what she wanted. So it really does prove how unreasonable of a woman she actually is.
Well, eventually our schedules ended up working out, and we were able to make it on time.
Great.
So we scheduled for 5:30 on a Friday, and I was a little bit late.
How late, ma'am?
We scheduled for 5:30. I showed up at 6:15.
45 minutes late.
Mr. Sutton, I promise you I did not fail math. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Okay, 45 minutes late, ma'am. That's not a little. Go ahead.
I got stuck in traffic.
Ma'am, come on.
If a woman is 45 minutes late for a date after weeks of planning, then it's clear that she doesn't care about the guy one bit. It's an incredibly disrespectful thing to do.
6:15, and that was when our date proceeded.
And how was his energy when you showed up 45 minutes late? Because this is the first time y'all are seeing each other in person, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you can see that doesn't make like a great impression. So to the extent he was excited to see and meet you finally, that might be compromised after 45 minutes of waiting on someone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, but you get there. How was it?
Very, very small chit chat, just pleasantries in regards to when I show up.
What was she expecting exactly? She showed up almost an hour late and she's annoyed that this guy is keeping things simple with small talk. She's lucky she even got that much from him.
And I'm a little frantic because I know that I'm running late, so.
Were you apologetic, ma'am?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes. So sitting down, the waiter originally comes over and I go ahead and I order myself a margarita because they're my favorite. And I have not eaten all that day. So I'm starving. So I originally go ahead with my margarita, order a calamari as well.
Okay.
And
Did you ask him if he wanted anything to eat, ma'am? No, I'm just, because we're getting your order in, but.
Ordering a margarita on an empty stomach is a bad sign. Most people know it's a bad idea to do that on a first date. It's just a sign of selfishness and a lack of common sense.
well, I assumed that he would have ordered something if he wanted anything.
So the answer is no.
No,
At this
I did
point,
not
you
ask.
just ordered your margarita and your calamari. Okay.
Yes,
And
he
that's
had a
just-
drink already.
Okay. Well, I would hope so if he was sitting there waiting for you for 65 minutes. That's my rule. And then do you proceed to order more food?
Yes.
Okay. What
Later
did you
on.
order, ma'am?
Well, after I finished the original appetizer, I went ahead and I ordered another drink. And
Also a margarita?
yes,
Because I just want a visual. Okay, go ahead.
yes. And I don't really like to drink on an empty stomach.
She clearly has no problem drinking on an empty stomach and also ordering some of the most expensive dishes on the menu. She doesn't care because she's expecting him to pay.
So I not only had the calamari, but I also had the fried alligator was my second. Yeah, it was very interesting. And
Now, was that just still a starter, or have we gotten to your entree yet?
no, that was just the starter.
Okay, let's go. What did you get for your entree, ma'am?
I got a salmon.
Okay, so you had the calamari, you had the fried alligator, you've had 2 margaritas at this point, and now you've got a plate of salmon?
Yes.
Okay, and did you get any more cocktails?
I did get one more cocktail.
Okay, so you had
with my
3
dinner.
drinks. Okay.
Calamari, fried alligator, and salmon, along with 3 cocktails, and she thinks she's entitled to these things despite being 45 minutes late and clearly not being interested in him as a person. Guys, if a woman is 45 minutes late, just leave, honestly.
Do you have an itemized bill that the court can look at, ma'am, and see?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and proffer that to my
You
bailiff.
just have everything.
I'll take
the entire
everything.
folder?
Sure.
And while you are doing that, you know what they say about stories, there's 2 sides. Let me get to you, Mr. Sutton. Thank you for your patience here, sir. Let's get to what you can corroborate. You meet this woman on social media, she's very beautiful. You slide in her DMs, you start communicating.
Yes, Your Honor.
You find out that she's a social media influencer professionally, bada bing, bada boom, somebody's number is exchanged, y'all start talking on the phone.
Yes.
At what point, sir, do you decide, I am interested enough to take her on an in-person date?
Well, I was interested very early on. I asked her out 2 times. Both times she turned me down.
That was this dude's first mistake. He asked her out on multiple dates and she said no. At that point, if she agrees, then she's just using you because she's hungry or bored. It's that simple. If she says no, it's just best to walk away.
So then, after 2 cancellations, and did you believe those cancellations?
To be completely honest,
You better be, you're sworn in.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, the first scenario, the modeling, I don't know much about it. I think she could have taken maybe 10 or 15 seconds just to send me something. She told me like 10 minutes before our date. I've already driven there. That was very upsetting to me.
Okay, she left that part out. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, and then as far as the second incident is
With her father's illness.
yes, I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt.
No,
and
I understand. The court agrees with that.
Yes.
Okay, so for finally,
Yes.
we get on a dinner date, and you concede, Mr. Sutton, that you did ask her on the 3rd date, and it was your idea to say, you know what? You don't like milk, you can't do lactose, you don't like coffee, let's go to dinner.
That's pretty much the only reason why she entertained the idea of dating him. She was more interested in the free meal than actually getting to know him.
I said, let's go to drinks, not dinner. I never said
See,
anything.
you got to clear it up. See, Mr. Sutton, because this is how I'm going to make my ruling. So you're telling the court that you said nothing about dinner. You said, let's go to drinks.
I said, let's go to drinks.
Ms.
That's it.
Collins, did he say, let's go to drinks?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, continue, sir.
First, she reschedules twice, as we've mentioned, and then finally we lock in a date, and it's during happy hour.
I noticed that. I didn't want to say nothing.
5:30.
But when you said that y'all were meeting at 5:30, it's happy hour. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, and I made that explicit that I wanted to meet at happy
Oh,
hour.
you said that. Okay.
Yes.
And one thing I like about somebody that's direct is you know what to expect.
He said drinks, she expected dinner, and she was going to use this guy for all he was worth. And when she didn't get her way, she sued him. Real mature.
So there's an indication when someone says, I want to take you out during happy hour, you know what time it is. Right? I mean, hello.
Right.
Okay, go ahead, sir. So you own that you are looking for a happy hour experience. Continue.
Yes, so I get there at 5:20, Your Honor, and I get a phone call from her at 5:25 saying she'll be a few minutes late.
Okay.
I interpreted few minutes as a few minutes. I guess
And
that
then
means something
you
else
found
to
out
her.
it was 45 minutes.
It was 45 minutes.
Right.
I ordered one margarita, and the waiter felt so bad for me, he slipped me another one at the happy hour price after 6 o'clock when that ended. She finally shows up at 6:15. I'm a little annoyed at this point, but I'm
would
trying to
imagine.
keep it together.
Now, did she look like her photos?
She did. She was gorgeous.
Okay. No, she is.
Yeah. And she finally sits down, and the conversation
Was she
was a little.
apologetic when she showed up 45 minutes late, sir?
She mentioned it vaguely, but it was.
But you didn't really feel like it was
no,
heartfelt?
No,
Okay.
it felt very.
I don't know
cold.
why, but for some reason I suspected that.
He has every right to be annoyed at this point. She's been constantly disrespecting him for weeks on end, and she can't even be bothered to take this date seriously.
She sits down, she orders herself a drink.
Yes. Well, she orders herself more than a drink. She orders a calamari as well. We have a very, very brief conversation.
Well, let's back up.
Yes.
When she orders the cocktail and the calamari together, I presume,
Yes.
were you surprised because your offer was drinks?
Of course, yes. I was very surprised. I wasn't hungry. I ate beforehand. We said we were meeting for drinks specifically, and I just didn't think she was going to be ordering food. And I don't eat fried food like that either, Your Honor.
Right. Well, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
The point is, as you said drinks, she starts ordering cuisine.
Exactly.
And you are shocked, but you don't say anything. You're
Mm-hmm.
just shocked. Now, at that point, because I'm just curious, were you contemplating the possibility that maybe there was going to be a split check at some point? Like maybe if she's hungry, she'll take care of her food, but allow you to treat her to cocktails because that was the nature of the agreed upon date?
I thought we were meeting up just for drinks,
Right.
and I thought she was going to maybe fit the bill for her, but what she did in the subsequent moments made me question that entire thing.
Okay, so yeah, what did she do then?
Well, by the time the waiter brings over the food and the margarita, she is on her phone. She's on social media, she's posting, and she starts acting like I'm not even there.
She was anticipating him to cover the entire bill, both his drinks and her meal. There was no chance she was expecting to split the bill.
So I did pay for my drinks, though. I sent her that money digitally, and I have that here for you as well.
Yeah, offer that up to the court. Woo-wee. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
You're a clown for disappearing on our, quote, date and not paying. This is from the plaintiff. Defendant says, I said I wanted to meet for drinks, that's in caps, not dinner. Madam plaintiff says, you're just full of it and cheap. Defendant says, just sent you $20 for my drinks. Go find another sucker. I ain't the one.
Sensational.
She's the one who ordered the food, she's the one who expected him to pay, and he wasn't having any of it. She's just furious that her plan failed because this guy found some self-respect.
I do see where there was a digital $20 sent. Ma'am, did you receive this money?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I don't think I have to hear any more from either of you two. I've seen this story before. The court is ready to rule. Now, nobody hates a cheap man more than me. Nobody. What this court will not condone is women or men coming into my courtroom under the guise of chivalry when what they're really doing is dating for dinner. Ma'am, you are dating for a meal. It's low integrity, it's anti-feminist, and for lack of a better term, it's trifling.
It's also incredibly insulting. This man tried to put his best foot forward, and this woman met him with disrespect every step of the way. You can only push a man so far before he pushes back.
Believe it or not, counterintuitive, you cheapen yourself. You cheapen yourself. You become a version of a type of prostitute. I'm just going to tell it to you plain, and I don't believe that's what you intend. Now, if this is a man you are seeing, if this is a man you are dating actively, if this is a man who you've invested time and energy into as well, then your expectation should rise according to that mutual investment. And then, Mr. Sutton, you do have to put up or shut up. But at this point, the court is not convinced that you did anything wrong. In fact, the court is convinced, ma'am, that you operated in bad faith, that you wasted this man's time. So the court completely dismisses the plaintiff's claim of $218.69. That is my ruling.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Of course, it got thrown out. The only mistake this guy is guilty of is simping for a woman who was clearly not interested in him. But at least he regained some of his dignity by sticking up for himself, and that's good for him. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Peace.